Thank you, guys. Very interesting indeed. But right now we are back with the editor of Risk Africa magazine, Vanessa Rogers, as well as the president of Insurance Institute Western Cape, Lindsay Evard, and the CEO of Wesgro, Tim Harris. And they're all here talking about the real effects Day Zero will have on businesses. It's a very big topic at the moment. Of course, it's one of the most talked about topics, I think, at the moment as well. Tim, we touched on this a little bit earlier on about, just what companies are doing to making sure that, they save water, pushing back Day Zero constantly. There's a whole lot of information online going around as well, but I think you can still get unsure about the exact ramifications should we reach Day Zero. Should businesses in the insurance sectors, also in the hospitality sectors as well, be bracing themselves at this point in time?
Sure. Well, I mean, the insurance sector is really important when it comes to managing risk, managing unexpected change. That's really what's happened here. We've had this historic drought. We had 2 years of really bad drought, followed by the worst year of rainfall in recorded history last year. So that's a real risk, and the industry is helping us manage the outcome of that. The reality is Cape Town is transitioning from a city that was entirely dependent on rain-fed dams into one that has a diversified set of water supplies, including desalination, water reuse, tapping into aquifers. And that transition is happening in a very short space of time. We now, this year, will use 18% of our water will come from new sources, and that number is going to escalate quickly as we implement this plan to mitigate the risk and to remove the risk. But in the end, the message that we need to send to tourists and to business and to investors is that Cape Town is open for business. We will get through this. There is a plan. We will avoid Day Zero, and we're proving that we can by cutting our consumption. We encourage all tourists to come. We have to keep the tourism industry going. 300,000 jobs depend on it. And tourists, as a proportion of the Cape Town population, are a very small number, actually. It's about 1% of people in Cape Town at any one time are tourists, international tourists.
If anyone can do it, South Africans can do it. We can do it. We can definitely pull through. I know that, like you said, it's a short space of time. Lindsay, when it comes to the insurance perspective, at this point in time, where we are right now with Day Zero being at the 9th of July, which is good. It's into our rainy season, but it's not, like I said, we're not out of the woods as yet. We can't control the weather. Is it too late for businesses to apply for insurance right now?
No, definitely not. I think it's to understand that, first of all, drought is not an insured peril, so you're not going to insure yourself against drought, but you're going to try and mitigate and reduce your risk. So like the Western Cape needs rain, consumers need insurance, and vice versa. And it's about a partnership, really, and knowing that your insurance company is there for you to help you analyze your risk, to work with your broker or your insurer, and look at the risks and say, what can we do to mitigate and reduce the risk?
Okay, so it's good to know the business is not too late right now to start, planning ahead for the future, and that is exactly what we need to do now. Vanessa, this is where you come in with Risk Africa as well. So how will you go about, creating awareness around this issue specifically when it comes to the hospitality and tourism sectors? With regards to the public, you've got the event coming up as well.
Yes, so the event is on the 28th of Feb at the River Club, we will also be putting updates from our partners, so FedHasa and Wesgro, on social media, on our website, which is riskafrica.com, and we'll continue to have articles in the publication. It's an online publication, and there's also in print, that focus on Day Zero and the insurance aspect of it. So that's available for the general public to consume.
All right, so all of the information coming out the event, that will be available.
Yes.
But the event itself, it is only open for big corporates?
It's for corporates. It's aimed at corporates and also the hospitality industry to assist them, but the general public can also attend.
Okay. On a less kind of serious note, have you guys been managing with your own water savings personally at home, and how has it affected you guys? Anyone.
I find that difficult with a little one. These buckets of water, you want to save the water, but then it's not safe to leave water around. So that's one thing I'm battling with a bit.
The little ones, they love water. I've been having trouble with my two as well, getting them out the shower very, very quickly, but they love water. Listen, thank you very much for the insights. Really appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the efforts that you guys are putting in, and all the best with the event as well, Vanessa.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Now, if you would like to have more information on that pop-up event taking place, like Vanessa said, next week at the River Club in Observatory in Cape Town, then you can visit riskafrica.com. All the information will be made available right there.